So what's as important as what you ask in divination? Coming up right after this. Good afternoon, this is Lucky Links. All right, I got my phone hanging off, my camera hanging off the back of my computer here. So I'm in a public place, and I've been meaning to shoot this for a while, this particular topic. The one, how you ask the question is just as important as what you ask. So a lot of times people will get something that doesn't give them the information they're looking for because they don't know how to ask the question. So for example, let's say I'm gonna use Mexican Loteria cards for this one. So let's say someone, this is a popular one I see people asking all the time. What's my life's purpose? Okay, so I've got drunk. Okay, now that is an answer, but people may not understand why it comes up the way it does. Okay, so they may go, oh well, this doesn't work. But no, the drunk is an appropriate answer to that question and the way that I asked it. Okay, so why? Okay, so then let me ask this. How am I doing at aligning my view with what I really am and what I'm really destined to be here in this space? Do you see the difference between those two questions? So then the answer to that one is, watch it be the drunk on the left side. Okay, the moon. Okay, now that's a really good answer to that question too. Okay, so in the first case, the one with El Borracho, or the drunk, is saying usually the drunk does not take responsibility for his actions. Okay, so the cards are actually responding, and it's neat because the cards know what the being in the deck knows what I'm doing, knows I'm using this for illustration. The being in the deck is using El Borracho as an illustration for not taking responsibility for your life by asking that question. So usually when people have addictions and things like that, they don't take responsibility for their life, and it's everyone else's fault and everyone. Okay, so that's when I'm saying, hey, what's my purpose in life? The cards are going, well, you're not really taking responsibility for finding that answer. You're expecting a quick fix, which in the drunk's case, the drunk always expects a quick fix. I don't really want to get, you know, what I need. I'm going to use this as a quick fix to stop it. Okay, but then the other one was, well, how the moon was an appropriate answer for that question. But I'm going to use one that's like a little less, because it has to do with the fact that when we are here in this space and we let things get in the way, there's obscurations, and the moon actually comes up for obscurations. So it would say, okay, well, you're working on removing the obscurations, the things that are obscuring your ability to see and know in relation to the way I asked the question the second time. So let's say, someone says, why won't my, I got a good one. Why won't my twin flame, will my twin flame come back to me? Okay, she says, will my twin flame come back to me? And then, okay, so I got the skull and crossbones. So now I'm going to tell you invariably what happens in this particular case. The individual goes, oh, well, I guess that means no. But then what happens is the individual in question will actually come back into their life, and they'll be like, well, that's weird. The cards were wrong because it said no, because the skull and crossbones. Well, in this particular case, I'm using the picture more than the fact that it's the skull. Okay, so the skull and crossbones is actually saying this is not an appropriate way to look at this relationship. Looking at this relationship as though it were a twin flame, or as that you're supposed to be with this person, is dangerous and poisonous. Okay? So it's just as important how you ask the question. So let me say, let's say this. If they take that twin flame thing out of it and she goes, tell me Is this relationship, or tell me what this relationship, this individual will bring into my life if I continue to see this person and interact with this person. And let's see what I get here. Okay, I got the world. You will be continually taking someone else's burdens on your shoulders, and it will weigh you down so much that you won't actually be able to feel any freedom, and you won't be able to feel or be free. So you will be burdened not only by this relationship, but by the belief system that's actually telling you that you have to force this on yourself. Okay, so let me think of another one. So someone says, what planet am I from? Because I see that one a lot for people. What planet am I from, right? And then they'll get the picture. Now that's a really appropriate answer to this question. Because the picture would be saying, take less time worrying about filling yourself with fantasies and more time being concerned with the day-to-day things that would actually build a profound spiritual practice that will actually create a vessel for something that for much bigger and much more beautiful to grow. So then let's say I change it and say, well, let's say I change that question then, and I don't, so the thing is that it's answering every question, and it's answering every question appropriately to the way you ask it. So let's, what's another good one? I'm trying to think of the ones people ask. Will they, I guess there's the, are we destined to be together? There's the, okay, is this job, there's a destiny in job. Okay, is this job aligned with my life's purpose, or is this job, will this job bring me to my life's purpose, or is this job my life's purpose? That's what people like to ask. Okay. All right, so we got here. All right, so then there's the woman. Now notice she's dressed in business attire. It could look like she's in business attire. Actually, I'm going to leave it there. I was going to say I could draw it. Okay, oh, yeah, you know what? I am going to. There's the parrot. This is actually getting really specific. All right, I'm gonna go for it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you two ways. This is like really good. It's like it's showing exactly what needs to happen. Actually, what the cards are saying, your life's purpose. So this was a woman asking the question. Your life's purpose actually has to do with communication, interacting with people in a way that demonstrates that communicative skill, but you don't have the confidence, and what you really need is a boot in the butt instead of, or you need to be able to put your big girl shoes on, or specifically you need to walk in the role of that individual who's a communicator and stop worrying about the lack of confidence and stop asking for reassurance. What you don't need reassurance, you need a boot in the butt to actually go, you already know this, go do it, be a communicator. But then they'll say, well, if I do that, will I, so people want reassurance before they take, and I get it. People want reassurance before they take the risk, and this one's saying, just do what you already know that you're supposed to. Okay, so it kind of answered the question as I continue to do, but it also was here too. Is this job my life's purpose? And then with this, there's a really appropriate answer to this. You're not being receptive to your life's purpose, so it doesn't really matter what job you have. And then we could take it further and go, your life's purpose really has something to do with communication and communicating to people and expressing certain ideas and beliefs, however you don't have the confidence in them. So then I'm trying to think if there's one more I can do. What's a good one? All right, my friend's giving me all right, this has to do with, okay, so he's actually giving me advice. So he's saying here, and this actually kind of goes along with something I said in the last video. He's saying, you will be very surprised if you ask questions that are not based out of your pride, and bad habits in an attempt to be flattered. But if your questions come from a place that are deeply rooted in the idea that we are spiritual beings first, and that the material world itself is just a vessel, and when we treat things as though the vessel is all that mattered, well then the thing that we are putting the value in rots very easily and makes us bitter. So how you ask the questions and how you approach this, actually what he's suggesting, what my friend in the deck is suggesting, is that how we ask the questions is not only important to divination, but how we approach divination itself actually determines what becomes our outlook on life. And if we invest in that which is superficial, that which rots, that which isn't lasting, then what we do is we invest in something that will ultimately result in disappointment. And then the heart's on the bottom, and it says the heart, coming from the heart, or the place of the true heart, is the key to that which runs through all things. Okay? So I'm Lucky Links. I hope this video gave you a little something to think about. As always, I'm wishing you success and good fortune in all that you do. Hey, if you'd like to learn how to read with the Mexican Loteria cards, I got a class on how to do that. And I can show you how to do it, and I can show you how to enter the class, 779-302-8009 or conjurehope@gmail.com. And if you want to learn how to read the tarot, or if you want to learn how to read crystal ball, or if you want to learn how to read playing cards, if you want to learn how to read Lenormand Basic or Lenormand Grand Tableau, I have a class for each one of those. If you want to get a reading from me, boy, I'm really busy lately, but I have time to do a reading for you, 779-302-8009 or conjurehope@gmail.com. If you would like your astrology chart done, your Tibetan astrology, I am working on Tibetan cosmology and astrology for people right now. I actually took a break from doing someone's chart to actually do this. I will do your astrology chart for you. Contact me and I'll tell you how Tibetan astrology charts are done. It reveals so much. And I have to tell you, since I've been taking my Bon cosmology, my Tibetan Bon cosmology training, the strangest thing has happened. My abilities in reading everything else has actually increased about 100-fold, I'd say. It's been kind of interesting. So if you'd like to get your chart, or you'd like to get your cosmology done, which is a huge package, it takes 30 days to do that, contact me, I'll let you know. Hey, for those of you who have donated, thank you so much for donating. If you would like to donate, because these videos give you something to think about, and you would like to donate to help keep them coming, I'll put my PayPal, my Venmo in the spot below. Remember, how you ask the question is just as important as what you ask.